So today's video is to help you guys prepare for the Genesis DLC Part 1 update. This update is going to be a very big update and I wanted to make this to help you guys out, so I hope it does. We still don't have an official release date for Genesis right now. I'm still thinking it's going to be released in January. I have a little bit of news to share with you guys after this as well, so I hope that helps out too. As always, you guys have been smashing 1,000 likes, over 1,000 likes on every single video, so if we can do it again today, that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you for the support, guys, and also again a massive thank you for over 160,000 subscribers. I'm pushing for 200,000 this year, so if you're not subscribed and you don't want to miss out on the Ark news, then make sure to do that. But let's get on with today's video. Now, yes, as you can tell by the title, the Genesis update is probably going to be a 30GB plus update, and I'm going to be explaining that reason to you guys right now. So when Aberration got released in 2017, it was a 20GB update on the PC and around about the same on console. Now you have to bear in mind, on console there's always a few different things added so it's supported better, plus you have to update the base game. So on console you're looking at around about 22GB. Later on, Extinction was released. Now, once the next DLC came out, which was actually, so you actually, what I was going to mention as well, you also have Scorched Earth to update, which sometimes is between 1 to 2GB, so you're probably looking more at 24 for Aberration, sorry. Then Extinction was released. Its obviously base update is 20GB. Then you've got to install Aberration's update. Then you've got to install Scorched Earth and the base game. So for this, we were looking between 26 to 30GB. I can't remember the exact update, but it was still a very, very big update. And I remember it took quite a long time to download. Then, not that long ago, the Genesis Season Pass was released for you guys to download, but it was a 40GB update. Now this was to clear space for both Part 1 and Part 2, but obviously it doesn't include the actual DLC yet, as they're still in works of creating it, and they've still got to release it. Once the Genesis Season Pass does get released, obviously this includes both of them, and they're estimating 40, so you're probably going to be looking at anything above 30 plus for this update. I was going to mention saying it's going to be a 40GB, but I don't really want to say that for sure yet until I know. But the reason why is, you're going to have to update Scorched Earth, you're going to have to update Aberration, you're going to have to update Extinction, you're going to have to update the Genesis Season Pass, and the base game adding the new content. So let's start saying the base game is 20GB, then the Genesis Season Pass is like 3GB, and then the Extinction is like 2GB, and Aberration is 2GB. We're really building up here, and bear in mind there's also other things added in, you know, to help support it, as I said at the beginning, new certain content to come with it, graphics updates. There is always so much. So if I, you know, wanted to actually go for it and say we're looking at a 40GB update because this is a DLC that's never been done before, I would be pretty happy to tell that to you guys, but I wanted to keep this video safe because I think I've only ever got one wrong in like a size of an update, and I'm gonna go safe and say less, just so if I do say more, then you guys are gonna be like, Dom, you got us prepared for something we didn't need to. But I'm going for 30 plus, and it's not going to be a great update because I feel sorry for anyone that doesn't have the strongest of internet, because you could be sitting there on the day of release having to sit there and download it for so long. So whatever day, as soon as I get the release date, I'm going to be talking a little bit about that in a second, I will let you guys know so you can prepare for that day, whether you go somewhere else where there's better internet, or whatever you can do to make your internet any better. Then this is obviously where you get your news to be prepared for that. I'm sorry to give you the news for that, but obviously you have to go through the bad things to get to the good things, and that's exactly with how Genesis is going to work. Very excited for it. As soon as it does go live, I will be downloading and getting so many videos for you, but that is what is going down within the update. The next thing I was going to say is, I did mention this in my last video, I just wanted to add it in just in case new people are watching. The most recent update on the release date was obviously saying what's the date, Why can't I give you a date? It's less important that we give a Genesis date out, but obviously when they actually give us a date, we want to make sure that they hit it and it stands. I think that's what you'd like as well. They're tightening the screws, no worries. Now, just to sum this up to you guys, what Said is talking about on Twitter here is he's just saying that, you know, in the past, what we've given dates and we haven't hit them, and then we've given another date and we haven't hit them, and we've got constant hate. So instead of giving you an official date of the month, we'd rather just give you one we know that there's going to be not a single chance that it's going to be delayed. It's literally lined up and ready to go live that day, and I think that's, you know, that's completely acceptable. But you know what I'm expecting is that Monday we're going to get a release date on the community crunch. I know I said that last week, but I think it's because maybe Wildcard are slightly behind schedule, but I do know from sources it is extremely close, and that's why I'm saying this week Monday. If there's no release date this week Monday, it's going to be delayed. If it is, it's going to be on target. That's all I'm going to be saying. And he also said, as much as you want Genesis, we want you to have a good experience with it. These two next DLCs are pretty significant to the team and Jesse and Jeremy, and I don't know if people realise how much they love Ark. It's their baby. Now, yes, the one thing we always mention, and I have done in videos, is this is a different type of DLC to what you've ever seen before. I don't feel like people even realise the difference of this. There's meant to be a storyline in this. Now, I know there's been a whole background to the whole story of Ark, but this is actually going to follow a storyline. And don't start worrying thinking, oh no, is there a storyline? It's just going to be like a campaign and we can't just do normal Ark. You can do normal Ark, but it's also coming along with a sort of a, I mean, I wouldn't say Sea of Thieves, but I was just, if you guys have played Sea of Thieves, there was kind of like a journey to it in the actual game. I mean, when I did Sea of Thieves videos, you know, a few months back, I think it's been a year actually, you know, you had to join on like journeys to search for the Megalodon and stuff, and that's going to be certain things I think that's going to be happening within Ark, but it still gives you that free roam experience that you can do on official servers too, which I think is fantastic. So that is all the news I can keep you guys up to dated with Genesis right now. I know a lot of people are saying, Dom, every single video right now is on Genesis, and I understand some people may want some other content, but really my main focus for the channel for the next few for the next few days, you will see some gameplay and some different stuff along the way, but I'm just trying to get as much news as I can. I'm reporting on Genesis, and then you guys, when Genesis is here, you're going to have a series, you're going to have how to spawn, you're going to have anything, creature showcases, anything you need, it is going to be on my channel, and I'm going to be spending hours and hours. I'm not going to be sleeping. I know it's bad, I know it's unhealthy, but hours and hours of my life is just going to be going onto content for you guys for Genesis, so don't worry about that. Now, what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the video is quickly skimming through the new community crunch we got on Tuesday, just in case you missed it, because obviously it has some a little bit more on Genesis and, you know, moving forward with updates into Ark, and especially new free content on from Genesis. So, thank you very much if you came here for the news and you're not going to watch any more, but if you'd like to hear a little bit more about 2020 in a way, then I recommend you staying around. But smash that like button, 1,000 like target would be amazing, subscribe. But let's get into this. So, obviously, we mentioned a lot of stuff about Genesis there, and in this community crunch, they say, as we near the launch of Genesis and a new year of Ark content, the current state of the game and the topics that are trending in the community remain essential to us. While we're excited to introduce new content and experience to Ark survivors, it's important to take a brief moment and recap on some significant updates that have made an impact on the current state of the game. Developers that are working on the live ops updates have a different priority and focus to the ones that are working on new content. The main focus of these updates is to ensure that you have an enjoyable and fair playing experience with current game content. As you might imagine, it is a constant process of observing, investigating, adjusting, interacting, updating, reporting, resolving, and repeating the cycle. Performance bugs, balance, quality of life, and fixing exploits are important to us, and we know they hold a high priority for you folks too. These updates might not be new news for the well-informed survivor, but it may provide an insight into the thought process behind the changes, and without further ado, let's get on to it. Now, I'm not going to go through this. You're more than welcome to pause the video, as I always say, if you want to read through the past updates, but I've already gone through this in another video. I just wanted to go on and talk about a little bit about the future of 2020. I have done 2020 videos at the start of January and end of December, but really what they're saying here is then, as obviously there's a lot of content planned. We've got Genesis Part 1 obviously coming up. We've then got we're then looking to be having quality of life things, which is going to be like TLCs. I mean, if there's not a TLC in 2020, then that's pretty much scrapped, and they're just probably going to be looking into releasing Ark 2. I could very well see that, to be honest, guys, because they've talked about how they want TLC 3 to come to the game for so long. But what would be very interesting if they just ended up just releasing TLC as a part of Ark 2, in the sense of, in Ark 2 the dinosaurs look 10 times better than the old one, which would be a bit sad, but that would be interesting. We're going to be having a new DLCs and mods this year as well. Obviously, we're excited to introduce Genesis and a whole new year of Ark content. Things like Olympus that won the mod contest, NPCs, we don't know the route they're going to take. There's tons of sponsored mods, lots to look forward to, and I'm just saying, this year is going to be fantastic. If this is the last year of Ark Survival Evolved 1, it is going to be a fantastic end to this year, and then if we do hear something on Ark 2 in the future, then that'll be great. Thank you very much for watching. Anyway, guys, that is the full video. As I said, if you want to see a little bit more into this type of stuff, and you want to see what's come on, I recommend you probably watch last video, because we go in depth with it a little bit more. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.